Last time every NFL team had an MVP winner. This is my third straight just whatever video. We are deep into the offseason, guys. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Let's get right into this. And real quick, shout out Big Baller, Matt B. Bald, Mr. Glazer, and Red Sox Fan Nerd. All these guys wanted shoutouts in this video. Big Baller wanted a shout out for a very long time. I owe him big time. And if you want a shout out in my next video, comment down below. But anyway, shout out to these guys. Let's get right into it. We start this list with our most recent MVP 2024, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Now, I'm happy for Josh Allen. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL, but I think this MVP should have gone to Lamar, which is funny because Lamar won it in 2023 and he didn't deserve it, and the 1 year does deserve it, he doesn't get it. NFL MVP voting is very, very strange, but congrats to Josh. We already talked about how Lamar won MVP in 2023. He's the last Raven to win MVP. And again, it's funny, he deserved it in 2024, but he did not deserve it in 2023. It should have gone to CMC. If not him, it should have gone to Dak. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm going to be a little biased when I say that, but he did deserve it more than Lamar. But Lamar did not have a bad season, though. Led the Ravens to a 14-3 record, number 1 seed in the AFC. A good season. Did he deserve MVP? I don't think so. The last time a Chief won MVP was 2022, and that was, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Very deserving MVP season. Most passing yards in a single season by a quarterback of all time. 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and, of course, he led the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, one Super Bowl MVP. Very deserving season, in my opinion. It just sucks. I mean, actually, you know what? Never mind. You know, I respect it. I won't be hating anymore. I've been a little bit of a hateful man this video, so congrats Mahomes. Last time a Packer won MVP was 2021, which of course went to Aaron Rodgers, his 4th MVP of his career, 4,115 yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. In my opinion, very deserving. Could have also gone to Tom Brady this year, but I'm not going to be too mad at this one. Also, he looks very happy in this photo. Good job, Aaron. The last time a Patriot won MVP was unsurprisingly Tom Brady in 2017. Now, when you compare his stats this season to other seasons, it's honestly not one of his best, but, well, I say that like he had better seasons, but this just happened to be an MVP season. It would have been Carson Wentz, but sadly, he got hurt with a few games left to go in the year. Last time a Falcon won MVP was 2016, which went to Matt Ryan. Very deserving MVP season, almost 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Led the Falcons to an 11-5 record. However, this season will be overshadowed by that infamous 28-3 Super Bowl game. Other than that, phenomenal season by one of the most underrated players of all time. The last time a Panther won MVP was 2015, and that was, of course, Cam Newton. Arguably the most infamous MVP winner maybe ever. I mean, everyone remembers this season. Almost 4,000 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and over 1,000 yards rushing. He led the Panthers to a 15-1 record and Super Bowl 50, where they lost infamously to the Broncos. What a crazy year for the Panthers. It deserves its own video, man. This was truly special. Last time a Bronco won MVP was 2013. This one, another infamous MVP season. Peyton Manning, arguably the best quarterback season of all time, in my opinion. Almost 5,500 passing yards is insane. 55 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But of course, like Cam Newton, his season has to be overshadowed by that Super Bowl. An embarrassing 43-8 loss to the number 1 defense in the NFL, to the Seahawks. Last time a Viking won MVP was 2012 with running back Adrian Peterson. The last time a running back won the award. Another infamous MVP season. I keep on saying that, but I guess in mid-2010s we're producing some bangers with MVPs. I mean, CMC should have won it in 2023, and honestly Saquon should have won it in 2024, but it's turned into a quarterback award specifically. So Adrian Peterson, congrats to you, man. We miss running backs winning MVPs. The last time a Charger won MVP was 2006 when running back LaDainian Tomlinson won it. Again, another famous MVP season, but this one is for good reason. A lot of people talk about this because he scored 27 touchdowns this season, an all-time single-season record, and it's not going to be touched soon. I think it hasn't been touched since. Maybe an unbreakable record in sports. The last time a Seahawk won MVP was 2005, which went to Shaun Alexander, the running back for that team. He had a very good season, almost 1,900 yards, and he led the Seahawks to their first Super Bowl appearance, where they lost against the Steelers in a very controversial game. So I had a complete brain fart earlier. I kind of just forgot Peyton Manning was on the Colts back in the day. That just goes to show how young I am. But yeah, I apologize for that. But the last time a Colt won MVP was 2009 with Peyton Manning. 4,500 passing yards is definitely not bad. The touchdown interception ratio is questionable though, 33 touchdowns to 16 interceptions, but he did lead the Colts to the best record in the NFL. They didn't lose their first game until like week 16 or week 15 of that year, and they would go on to play in the Super Bowl, but they would lose. The last time a Titan won MVP was 2003 when Steve McNair won it, and 2003. He threw for really only, it's not really that impressive of an MVP season. Now, granted, it was a co-MVP season with Peyton Manning, but his stats look like 3,250 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and I checked to see if maybe his rushing was good. Only like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, was the record good? He only went 10-4 in that in 03, and so kind of confusing, but I mean, hey, it was a great season, and RIP Steve McNair. The last time a Raider won MVP was 2002 when quarterback Rich Gannon won it. One of the biggest one-year wonders in NFL history. In my opinion, 4,689 yards is pretty good. 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions is a little questionable, but overall, a good season, and he led the Raiders to Super Bowl 37. It was Super Bowl 37, but that game is infamous because they got destroyed 48-21 by John Gruden and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Raiders and Rich Gannon's career kind of just went downhill from there. The last time a Ram won MVP was 2021 when quarterback Kurt Warner won it, throwing for 4,830 yards, 36 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. That touchdown-interception ratio is by far the craziest I've seen this video, but he did lead the Rams to the Super Bowl, best record in the NFL, where they would infamously lose to the Patriots in Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, and this is also Kurt Warner's second MVP award, and the third straight year a Ram won MVP. The last time a Lion won MVP was 1997, which was Barry Sanders, which makes complete sense. This was a co-MVP season with Brett Favre, though. Overall, this season was very good, though. Over 2,000 yards rushing and 11 rushing touchdowns. Last time a 49er won MVP was 1994 when Steve Young won it. Almost 4,000 passing yards, but hey, it's 1994, so it's not too bad. And 35 touchdowns and 10 interceptions is pretty good for that time as well, and he led the 49ers to win Super Bowl 29. Alright, now it's time to talk about my team, the Dallas Cowboys. Last time we had an MVP winner was all the way back in 1993, which makes sense, it's the 90s. And Emmitt Smith won the award, almost 1,500 rushing yards in only 14 games, and he scored 9 touchdowns. Unless Dak has like a crazy MVP caliber season, I don't see a Cowboy winning MVP anytime soon. The last time a Bengal won MVP was all the way in 1988 when Boomer Esiason won with 3,572 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. This was a one-season wonder for the Bengals as they were doing pretty bad, and then all of a sudden, boom, this year, no pun intended, Boomer Esiason goes off. They make the Super Bowl but lose to the 49ers. The Bengals could win it. Joe Burrow could win it as long as he has a good team around him, which, as we saw from last season and so far this offseason, that probably won't be the case. The last time a Giant won MVP was 1986 when Lawrence Taylor won it all. He's our first defensive player of the video, 20.5 sacks, not bad, and the Giants won the Super Bowl this year as well, and he was the biggest reason. Last time a Dolphin won MVP was 1984 when Dan Marino won it. 5,000 passing yards, 48 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. When Dan Marino stepped into the NFL, he played the quarterback position like no one else had to that point. He changed the way quarterbacks play the game. I can't explain it, but he had a bigger impact on football and the passing game than more people realize. Last time a Commander won MVP, and I'm comfortable saying Commander now because they're actually doing well under that nickname, but last time a Commander won MVP was 1983 with Joe Theismann throwing for 3,714 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, and they had a 14-2 record this season. Might have been 15-1, I'm not sure, one of those two, but they got crushed in the Super Bowl. The last time a Brown won MVP was 1980. Y'all are probably shocked that a Brown won it in 1980, and you probably don't know who Brian Sipe is. Well, I don't really blame you. But this season, 4,132 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Not bad for a quarterback in that day and age. Honestly, not bad for today. A pretty good season overall. The last time a Steeler won MVP was in 1978 when Terry Bradshaw won it, and then he went to go win the Super Bowl that year. This is a crazy stat line. Under 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. But what do you expect? It's the late 1970s. And then finally, to end us off, 1977 Walter Payton won it for the Bears in 1977. I already think I said 1977. Also, dude, Walter Payton had so much aura. For a guy back in the 70s, this dude had so much aura. Imagine if he played today. He also played a good amount of seasons. Like, he was on the 85 Bears and won MVP in 1977. That's good longevity. But yeah, almost 2,000 years. wow, almost 2,000 yards in 14 games played is not bad at all. But, yeah, that's about it, y'all. See you.